Welcome back to Teresa's Dead. My name is Teresa and I'm very much alive. I have an awful garbage, filthy mouth, so viewer discretion is advised. But if you're not into that, or weird shit in general, this is definitely not the place for you. Feel free to exit the video here. No harm, no foul, but I'll remember our time fondly. Hello my little babies. Welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about the new Natasha Denona Starlet palette. I recently talked about this in a makeup bingo and I was gushing. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to try it. Because this is a basic bitch palette and I just really wanted it. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I created this eye look, but I have been playing with the palette for a couple of days now and I have some thoughts on it. But first, let me tell you a little bit about this palette. The Mini Starlet palette retailing for $27. This palette provides buttery textured mattes and shimmery ultra shiny metallics that blend seamlessly to produce vibrant, ultra pigmented, long lasting looks. These silky soft formulas are effortless to use with a maximized impact, whether creating a classic flaring appearance or smoky, playful eyes. So this little palette is in the standard packaging that all little mini palettes come in. So you know you're gonna get really good quality because this bitch is really intact. I could chuck this across the room fully knowing that this is going to be protected. I would do that, but knowing my luck, it's gonna shatter into a million pieces and then I'm gonna look like I had egg on my face. And for that, I say no. So just take my word on it. I love these palettes because one, they're incredibly easy to travel with because they're so sturdy. And two, I love their color stories. Every mini palette that I own has dependable and beautiful color stories. That said, my only complaint packaging wise, my sticker is crooked. And I know it's a small issue, but I'm sorry. You're a luxury brand. Need I say more? Like, I know this is a $27 palette and your cheapest product, but come on. At least put the fucking sticker straight, okay? Whatever. So fun fact about this little Starlet palette, these shades are not new. They are not new. They are pre-existing shades. So whether you have the Star palette or the Lila palette, these are pretty much duplicates. But for me, I don't have either one of those palettes, so they are all new. However, if there are palettes that have any of these shades that I missed, please let me know down below. Let us all know because nothing makes us more mad than buying duplicate shit. Anyway, let me tell you about each shade. Nude Mauve, a matte medium light neutral nude. Galaxia, a chrome crystal light nude with multicolored specks. Vega, a matte nude pink. Rhea, a metallic rosy nude copper. And Per Se, a matte medium smoky purple gray. Before I break it down by formula, let me show you how I created today's look. Normally I would do two different eye looks, but since I have back meetings today, I don't have that luxury. So we're gonna be doing one eye look. Let's start with Vega. It's a very beautiful peach color going down really nicely. I didn't feel like I needed to build up the product, which is really good. And this is the kind of formula that I really love from Natasha Denona. It's super easy to work with and it's super pigmented and I can blend it out with ease and I love all that stuff. So now that we have that laid down, now the brushes I'm using are from Refer. They're currently doing, I believe by the time this video goes out, they are, I don't know if the sale will be over. Anyway, I'll leave some information down below. They're having a 50% off sale for the summer. Basically like a buy one, get one free. And they also have brush sets available as well. They'll be 50% off. And I believe it's also gonna be 50% off skincare, the eye curler, some vanity set stuff, which is their modular vanity set. Really fucking cool. I use them for my brushes and I love their eyelash curler. I have used others in the past, like the Shiseido one, which I feel like is like, oh my God, Shiseido. Oh, I don't care for that one. I've always enjoyed the Refer one and I keep coming back to it. Anyway, so if you're interested, I'll leave information down below. I'm gonna go into the shade Per Se and ooh, I love the combination of the two. It's soft, but not super soft where it feels like nothing is going on. It's just blending very beautifully with that peachy shade. I love the tone of it. Oftentimes I feel like when I get to this step, there is a really good chance that sometimes the color that I put in my crease can overtake the look, but I'm not experiencing that with this shade. I could still see that peachy shade shine through. You know what? Do I want to use this? Ooh. Because I want to use every shade in this palette, I think what I want to do is I'm going to put glitter glue all over the lid and I'm going to use the two shimmers. I'm going to use like the deeper kind of more coppery peach in the back and then the lighter shade in the front. I'm going to first go into the shade Rhea. Ooh, I love that. I love that so much. Now I'm gonna go into that Galaxia shade, which I am gonna switch up brushes. Ooh, yay. I really like this. It's very soft, it's pretty. Every color just really works well with each other. There's very minimal fallout with that Galaxia shade, but I was kind of going in a little bit fast and loose, so that's my own issue. Now what I wanna do is, I'm gonna take the shade Nude Mauve, going to see if I can kind of line my eyes. I'm not sure if I'm going to because the color is a little bit lighter. It's kind of giving me something. I think it's just going to shine more in the lower lash line, but A for effort, right? There is a little bit of fallout with that shade, but thankfully very, very easy to clean. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There is like a tiny bit of definition, kind of like a smoking, if you will, right? It definitely looks really, really soft, but kind of smoky, but I wish it was a little bit more deep. I'm going to try to see if I can layer it a little bit more. Layering it does help, but it's not as dramatic as I was hoping it would be. But then again, I'm expecting too much because the color is pretty soft. I think I'm just having unrealistic expectations at this point. So I need to check myself with that one, but I will say that this is very, very pretty. And what I like about this is that this whole look literally took no time at all. And I'm good to go. This is cute. So what I want to do in the lower lash line is I want to put a little blue, because you know me. I'm a basic bitch, but I'm an extra basic bitch, or a basic bitch with a twist. So I think I need a little bit of blue. I think that will offset the peachiness just perfectly. I'm going to go back into that nude mauve shade, or nude mauve, or whatever the fuck it's called. And I'm going to put that in the lower lash line. With a clean blending brush, just going to blend this out so it doesn't look super harsh under the eyes. And then I'm gonna go back into that Galaxia shade. I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner. Now I have to kind of be a little careful with that shade because I'm uncooked chicken. There is a slight cast because it has like a peachy cast that I don't know, if you're very, very fair, it might look a little dark in the inner corner. But I think if you kind of go in with a little bit of a light hand and then diffuse it with a fluffy brush, you still have the sparkle there without having that harsh cast. So looking good. I'm gonna put some mascara under the other eye and we'll talk about it. Let's start with the mattes in this palette. As you know, there are 3 mattes in here. They're all beautiful. They're all wonderful. They work together really, really well. They're creamy. They're pigmented. There's little to no fallout, with the exception of the darkest shade. I did experience some fallout with that one, but I think that was more of a me problem because I was going in a little fast and loose, especially trying to use it as a liner. I guess the only complaint I really have about the mattes is that I wish the darkest matte of the whole palette was a little bit darker. I wish that I was able to line my eyes as opposed to creating a really soft kind of a liner moment. I don't hate it, but I just kind of wish it was just a little bit darker. I feel like it would make my blue eyes pop, but not the end of the world. I'm still able to do what I want to do with it. It's just a much softer approach. I also love the fact that when combining these shades, no shade is really competing for the next. So everything really blends into a beautiful gradient. And again, they're ultra, ultra pigmented. And of course, the best thing is that they do have incredible lasting power. So if you are going to be working for a very, very long time, rest assured that this is not going to be balding on you. These little babies stay into place. I've tried this palette with my NARS Soft Matte as well as my Kaleidos True Tone, Two Tone, whatever the fuck that thing is called, and I've had the same results, so that's great. When it comes to the shimmers, I really, really like them. I think they're really, really pretty. They worked incredibly well with some NYX glitter glue, which is awesome. When used together, it can kind of look a little bit the same. You can see a small difference. It's just you have to really kind of baby it to like blend it to the point where it doesn't look like it's a complete copper moment on your lid. So I think for me, the way that it would shine more is if I use them separately as opposed to together. But if you do use them together, it looks fine. When it comes to that Galaxia shade, there is a little bit of glitter bukkake, but for the most part, very, very easy to clean. Also, there is a claim that there is like multicolored specks. I personally don't see it. For me, this is definitely like a peachy champagne shimmer shade. Like I don't see the multicolored specks. I do see some micro glitter, but not to the point where it's like multicolored though. Like it looks pretty peachy to me. But anyway, this is another formula that one, again, very, very easy to use, applied very, very well with NYX glitter glue. Didn't experience any sort of weird texture. Everything was really perfect. Again, the only complaint that I really, really have is that there is a little bit of fallout, but it's not the end of the world. And again, longevity is really, really good. I didn't feel like it was cracking or fading or flaking in my eyes throughout the day. Everything stayed into place. I personally like just love all the little Natasha Denona mini palettes. Those are my favorite. I do have a couple of like the large size palettes that I'm a huge fan of, but oftentimes I kind of keep going back to the mini palettes because I just feel like the quality is superior and I really love their edits. Every little palette that I own is just perfect. I'm able to get a nice amount of looks with the palette, and I know that no matter how many color combinations or whatever I do, it's going to look stunning every time. I can't say that's the same, but when it comes to the midi or larger palettes, sometimes I feel like I fly too close to the sun and I just look like a fucking mess. But these palettes are foolproof, and that's what I love about them. They're easy, they're affordable, especially for a luxury brand who has a really high price point, but the quality is just fucking stunning. It's so good. This is a palette that I would definitely take with me when traveling for sure, and I know I'm going to be going to New York at the end of this month, and this is going to come with me because one, it's just so easy to use. I love it. I love also too when eyeshadows are just like, bam, you're done. It doesn't take a day and a half to figure out what you're doing. These really do the work for you. So that said, I totally think this is worth it. I paid for this with my own money, and I would happily do it again and again and again because I just think the quality is fucking 10 out of 10. Stunning. This is the Natasha Denona that I love. Not that shit that comes out every so often that is just pure garbage at a $70 price point. No siree, or $125 price point, or $129. I don't know, I forgot the pricing. Anyway, I would totally recommend checking this out if this color story is of interest to you. But if you do own those two other palettes that I mentioned before, the Star palette and the Lila palette, don't bother, you already fucking have these shades, so save yourself some money. But if you don't have it and you were kind of curious, rest assured this has the garbage stamp of approval. Anyway, now I would love to hear from y'all. Let me know down below if you're interested in picking up this palette, or if you're going to be skipping out or what. Let me know because I love hearing from you. Also, what do you think Natasha Denona's holiday collection is going to be? I'm so curious. I hope it's good. It's probably not going to be. Probably gonna be trash. I already jinxed it. Anyway, that said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button, it's free, and hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Instagram and Threads, and to my beautiful, wonderful YouTube members and patrons, thank you so much for keeping this delicious, disgusting, filthy, trashy, really filthy, really gross, really nasty, really disgusting, very disgusting actually. Garbage but afloat. Couldn't do without you. I love your adorable little delicious faces, and I just want to gobble you all up so you live inside my belly and we can be one. If you want to know what's currently on my face, everything you need to know will be listed in the description box down below, and I'll see you little pumpkins later. Bye.